wabarakatuh.
Pak Aji, welcome to our lecture. We call it an International Program Inspiring Lecture. And right now we have currently joined by 37 participants. We have about 48 to 50 students for international program. And I think some of them are still on the way joining the lecture. But since it's already 1 p.m. in Yogyakarta time or Western Indonesia time, I think we shall begin our lecture.
Why not, please?
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Aji. Okay. Wait. Okay. Thank you again, Pak Muhammad Aji Surya for coming to our lecture and become a speaker and making your time early in the morning in Egypt. Right now it's 8 a.m. I believe.
Already quite hot here in Egypt.
My name is Karina Paji. I have been contacting you and Mas Mina also. So again, I would like to, on behalf of our department, I would like to say thank you. Our head of department is already here also, Mr. Hangga Fatana. Mr. Hangga, welcome also. So, Paji, as we have already mentioned, we will begin our lecture and it will be guided by our moderator. Our moderator is also already here, Ms. Masito. Welcome, Ms. Masito. Thank you so much. She is also one of the lecturers in our department of International Relations. And 40 participants are already here, and most of them are students of the International Program of Department of International Relations. And I believe Pak Aji likes for the lecture to be interactive. So guys, please be communicative, be interactive, be responsive during the lecture. And to begin this lecture, I think let's start it by reciting Basmalah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Thank you so much. And I believe we just go straight to the point. Without further ado, I would give the forum and the virtual floor to Ms. Masito as a moderator and to introduce our speaker this afternoon to our participants. Ms. Masito, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Karina. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning, Dr. Aji. I would like to say thank you very much for you to make your time to give material and lecture in our forum. I'm so very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you in this lecture conducted by Department of International Relations, Universitas Islam Indonesia. The lecture will discuss about the diplomacy of protection of Indonesian citizens during COVID-19. So our speaker today is Dr. Aji Surya. He is currently a Deputy Chief of Mission Indonesia Embassy, Cairo, Egypt. He is previously in Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Director of Mid-Career Diplomatic School, and also he is in Indonesian Embassy, Seoul, South Korea, Moscow, Russia, Paris, French, Bonn, Germany, and he was also a Tempo journalist. He has received his bachelor degree on private law, Islamic University of Indonesia, Arabic Letters, University of Gajah Mada, and taken his master degree on American Studies, University of Indonesia. Then he got his PhD and doctoral degrees candidate on University of Suez Canal, Egypt, and University of Gajah Mada. He had written numerous publications of books, for example, Vodka, Cinta, dan Bunga, Moskwa, Petersburg, Vladivostok, ceruling diplomat, and etc. So today I will be the moderator for the lectures. Today we face a global pandemic which challenges state security. COVID-19 changed a lot of things, gave an impact on our lives, and changed the way we perceive international politics. Today we will hear from Dr. Aji about the role of state during a pandemic to protect citizens, especially in Indonesia case. So we will have about 30 up to 45 minutes of lecture and then continue to the Q&A session until 15. I believe Dr. Aji is eager to have a fruitful discussion with all of the participants. So if you have any question for the speaker, don't hesitate to deliver it to the forum. And to those who joined via YouTube, you can deliver your question on the chat column as well. Now I will turn it over to Dr. Aji. Dr. Aji, the virtual floor is yours. Excuse me, I think your microphone.
Okay, thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, all of you, and then bonjour, sobahul khair, what else? Annyeonghaseyo, and dobre utra, selamat pagi, and sugeng enjang. I hope everyone is happy today, and it is my honor to be amongst the students of outstanding university, Universitas Islam Indonesia, Yogyakarta. I am delighted today because, you know, first of all, because my parents' house is not quite far from your campus, only around 4 kilometers. Because before I live in Jalan Kaliurang, kilometer 10. This is the village call it Kentan. Yeah, so actually I am a Jogjanese. And the second thing is because UII is also my alma mater. Okay, I graduated from Faculty of Law. The campus is quite far from my house. It is in the middle of the city, and yes, around 13 kilometers from away from my house. Of course, my sincere thanks and appreciation goes to Pak Hangga Fatana. Of course, he is the head of Department of International Relations and UII, and also Ibu Karin, who contacted me a lot, and we discussed many things. And finally, we agree on this topic, the current topic, and probably hopefully it will be interesting topic. And also, I thanks also to Ibu Masito Nur Rahma, the lecturer and also the moderator of today's discussion. So. I also appreciate all the participants, especially from the students of International Relations Department from UII. Few weeks ago, I talked with in my previous faculty, in the Faculty of Law, and at the time I said to them that it is very important to have international relation in UII. And then finally, somebody told me that there is already this department, and it is very famous in UII. So very sorry about my knowledge. Okay, today we will talk about the protection of Indonesian citizens abroad. This is a very current issue that we are facing right now. This is every diplomat now abroad, not only Indonesian diplomat, but every country's diplomat, they are talking about the protection. So So protection is not only for the what we call it Indonesian workers abroad, or in Indonesia we call it TKI, or right now we call it PMI, pekerja migran Indonesia. No, but it is for all people around the world, and we will see the magnitude of this this issue. Before we start, of course, as has been mentioned also by Ibu Karin and also Ibu Masito, that we will have a very interactive discussion. I don't say I give a lecture, but this is a discussion among us. So why don't we just talk starting from right now, and what do you think on this issue and many things. So before we start, why don't you, one or two of you can tell me to answer this question. Siapa yang ingin menjadi diplomat and why? Any one of you will answer this question?
I think Ahmad Priyansyah want to ask your question, sir.
Sorry. Oh, please. Please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sabal khair, sir. Okay. Well, let me try to answer your question. Who wants to be a diplomat and why? I think I have a big dream to be a diplomat since I was still in the first year of my senior high school. And why do I want to be a diplomat? Because I want to try to explore the world, and also I want to try to collaborate, work, and cooperate with other Indonesian people who are in other countries, like what you are doing right now. And I want to try to build a good relations with other countries and showing how big Indonesia is in international communities. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Shukran. This is a very nice answer, and I think all the lecturers also can agree to your answer. Can I have a lady who can answer this question? So the word is not only for men, right? Also for ladies.
Anyone want to explain or answer the question? Ladies, please.
No ladies, only men. Okay, no problem. So if I pose a question to, especially to Ibu Masito, how many percent of the student who has the dream to be a diplomat after graduating from UII?
I think it's not much, but some of them who had a dream to be a diplomat is very eager to study international relations, sir. They're very enthusiastic to learn about diplomatic and negotiation, actually.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And now I want to tell you that this is a very interactive discussions. Because every one of you can pose a question directly to me during my speech, and you can even interrupt me, no problem. This is a new word, a new era, and a new normal. Even you can argue anything I say during my speech. Okay, so you are free to talk anything and to cut my speech. This is very okay for me. For me, it's okay. It's my honor to answer the question. Okay, so this is the rule from me. Dear colleagues, as you know that probably even you are in the first year, or probably in the second year of as a student, but you know these 5 jobs or 5 duty of diplomat. This is This is very basic one, and everybody should understand very, very well. I would say like this: when during during 1990s until 2000 something. So if you are accepted as a diplomat in at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, or at that time we call it the Blue. At that time the name is Departemen Luar Negeri. So where will be what post that your dream after several years in Jakarta. So everyone want to be to be posted in multilateral office like in Geneva, like in in New York, or in or in Brussels. So this is three main office of Indonesia in multilateral negotiations, and everyone is very, very proud to be part of this office. So this is regarded as what a kind of very prestigious diplomat when you are posted in that in that office. So you will speak in front of the many nations, hundreds of nations. When you're in Brussels, so you address many issues about the issues of European Union and many things. Okay, so everyone is proud to be what a diplomat in multilateral offices. And the second one, this is about bilateral. So bilateral office, like many our embassies abroad, as regarded the second level of diplomacy. So the first diplomacy should be in a multilateral level, but the second level is bilateral. Bilateral means like the bilateral relation between Indonesia and Singapore, and also Philippines, and London, and many things. So this is the second job which is regarded a good job for diplomat. And what is the job that everyone will avoid? So this is about the protection. Protection is everybody will avoid to do these things, and sometimes people think this is what like just I say like 3D, dirty, dangerous, and difficult job, but actually not. But after Jokowi come to power, so now everything has changed drastically. Protecting become very, very important in our life. Diplomats should have this character to protect other people, to protect the nations, not only the interest of the nation, but also the people, the Indonesian people abroad. So this is very important. So as I said to you, that there are five jobs or 5 duties of diplomat based on Vienna Convention 1961 on international relations. What is that? As you see, we have negotiating, protecting, promoting, reporting, and also representing. Okay. Sorry. Okay. No. So this is about negotiating. So the first is about negotiating. Before coming to the our core issue today, we talk first about negotiating. Can you explain what is negotiating? Can you explain, or even you can explain what photograph you see in your laptop, in your gadget right now? Anyone could answer this question?
Please, anyone?
Please. Please. You are free. Please talk anything.
Sorry about this negotiating.
Okay, go on, Lutfi.
Go on.
Actually, in my place, internet still lagging. Can you
It's very clear. It is very clear here in Cairo. No problem. Just go ahead.
So Lutfi, can you describe or tell us what kind of picture is this? What is negotiating?
Oh, I see, I see. So based on this picture, I see that this is the part of the diplomat to the negotiating with other country to achieve their deal or achieve their mission or their report. Like back in my second semester, which is there is a course pelatihan diplomat. So we as an ASEAN people to negotiating with other state and then persuade to do workshop and then intervention and etc. I think that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So you see in this picture, here is, this is very famous lady. This is Ibu Menlu, for sure. Looks, he was so excited at that time. Why? And he was surrounded by our colleagues. In the left of the Ibu Menlu, His Excellency Mr. Dian Triansah Chani, he is the head of mission in New York, and also Mr. Febriansah, His Excellency Mr. Febriansah, he is the Director General for Multilateral Relations. And this is indeed a very important moment in our life as a nation, because at that time, we are appointed and we win the heart and mind of the people around the world as a member of non-permanent member of Security Council in the United Nations. Can you imagine? This is very long negotiations, and with this very difficult negotiation. How to describe that? Can you imagine? At that time, there are 193 votes in the United Nations, and finally, after months or more than 1 year negotiation and also approach and many things, finally we got 144 or 193 votes. So this is a big achievement for our diplomacy. This is not easy job. So negotiations to win the heart and mind of the nations is not an easy job. So that's why we see that Ibu Menteri and everyone over there was so excited because of the decision, and we win the vote over there. As you know that Indonesia become non-permanent member of the Security Council and the United Nations has been many times. The first one is from 73 until 74. 73 until 74. This is the first time that Indonesia became this member. And the second one was 95 until 96. And before that, and after that, 2007 and 2008. So it will last for 2 years. And this is the last moment that we got the trust from the United Nations, from the nations will prevail from 1st January 2019 until the end of this year. So this is a big task, and this is big negotiation. And if I may say, this all the job of the diplomats, as I said before. So, okay, yes, okay, with, and this is about representing. I want that every one of you can talk about what is representing in a short way. Please, anyone?
Is anyone? I think ladies want to talk.
Ladies,
Ladies, please.
No one?
Maybe I will just call one of you. Aldila, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, can you please explain the picture?
I actually only know that there's but representing Miss, but I don't know what the case of that.
It is not only, but you just talk what is representing. That's all. This is only the what the picture is representing.
I think this is Mr. Aji Surya that presents.
Yeah.
Presenting about some cases in front of all the participants.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it's this me, of course. Yeah, actually, this is not about me, but this is about the how to represent the nation. So when you become a diplomat, so your everyday life is you represent the nations, not only during the discussion like this, but on your daily life, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you behave, everything is on behalf of the nation. So we have to be careful about that. So this is representing, yeah, and this is about promoting. So promotion is one of the main job of the diplomats right now, because this is very important, especially the promotion of trade. Yeah, promotion of trade is very important. Impose the export from Indonesia to many countries for the sake of our people. So this is only the represents the thousands of activities among the diplomats abroad, how to promote Indonesian product abroad. And it happens in I think last year we promote our product in one of the a big hypermarket here in Cairo. So this is one of the important activities of the job. And reporting. Anyone can talk about reporting this job to me, please? Anyone?
Please, guys.
If not, then I would say that so everything you do when you are abroad, so you have to make a report to your capital. Yeah, you have to make such a kind of what we call it market intelligence. So you have to see whether there is what opportunity, trade opportunity, for example, in Egypt. So 60% of the coffee here in Egypt is coming from Indonesia, and you are trying very hard through what the market research to find out whether there are still many opportunities to send coffee, for example. So you have to report it to Jakarta. Also, you have to report about the conditions of the accredited country, like my job here in Egypt. So you have to report about the political situations, cultural situations, about COVID-19 in Egypt and everything. And up to now, diplomat is pushed to make a report, open report also. So this open report is very important. So because now we are living in a digital era, so everyone is should report through what we call it. This is through their gadget, so you can report it through 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 Facebook or Instagram and everything. And here I just show you that just last month I launched my first novel. This is about lockdown, Cinta, and Zahira. So this is a kind of reporting also. So So the job of diplomat is so huge, so many. You have to be careful, and this is a daily basis. So if you want to be a diplomat, like I asked before, so be careful of these things. So this is a very interesting, very challenging job. Okay, and this is now we come to the our issue of discussion today. This is about protecting. Again, I need someone of you probably can explain what is protecting. Anyone from you, please?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, India, please.
So I think protecting is saying like keep someone or something to save from injury, damage, or from some losing, protect their right, protect their health, security, protect their economy, protect their education, and so on. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And probably, if you don't mind, probably Bu Karin can tell us also about protecting.
Protecting. I was shocked because it's a spotlight. I think protecting is a job of a diplomat and of the representative that exists in every country in the world, to make sure that the citizen of Indonesia who lives in the country is being protected, like their rights, and also during the COVID-19, maybe Pak Aji will also highlight it more. For example, make sure that they're in the best condition, well-being, and also help them with the kind of like immigration, and if probably like something bad with them happen, like criminally. I think it's one of those things, Pak Aji. I hope I'm doing it right. I hope so.
I wonder actually, Bu Karin is not only what a lecturer, but she is also a diplomat. You know, you can explain very well about protecting. Thank you, Bu Karin. Yeah. So this is about protecting. Yeah. So what you see in the picture, this is the process of evacuation from Wuhan. So this is a very big issue. This is very big job, and this is very dangerous job of diplomat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nah. So this is the other questions. Probably any one of you from the student would like to answer the question: why should diplomat protect their citizens? Why Indonesian diplomats should protect Indonesian citizens abroad? As you see, the citizens go by themselves. Without any permission to us. But when they are abroad, so should we? Why should we protect them? Any answer from this?
I think I want to answer the question, sir.
Okay, Aldila, go on.
Why diplomats should protect the citizen? I think it's because the diplomat itself have a responsibility, or not only the diplomat but also all the government member need to have a responsibility to protect their citizen, including when they go abroad to get a new job or something else. And what should protected with this citizen, it's like maybe when they got a criminal, or when they have a hard situation in economic or anything else.
Okay, that's great. Great, thank you very much. You have a very excellent answer. Yeah, like this. I will tell you something. Do you know how many Indonesian people abroad? You just guess how many? Probably Bu Masita. How many Indonesian people abroad?
I think it's in a million, sir.
Million. How many millions? Is it 100 millions or million?
20.
20 millions. Okay. How about Bu Karin? How many? Can you guess how many million?
Around, wait, we have like around 250 million. Maybe about 10 to 15.
Okay. Million. I will tell you something. Yeah. Why we should protect our citizens abroad. Yeah. based on our data in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, there are more than 2 million Indonesian citizens are registered in our data, in our Ministry of 2 million. But, in reality, there are around 9 million Indonesian people abroad. 9 million. So this is a big job. Why they are not registered they are not registered? Because to register themselves is not an obligation. So some of them register and some of them not. So this is very common issue that if you go to somewhere else outside, in Singapore, for example, or in Thailand, or somewhere in Europe, you never talk about, you never report yourself to the embassy. This is very normal. But when you face something, finally you call the embassy. Oh, saya lagi kecopetan nih di sini. Bagaimana Pak? Hilang saya, apa tuh namanya? I lost my passport. So this is very normal. So in that case, so the diplomat cannot blame the citizen. Okay, so please be calm and we will help you. That's what we do. So this is the situation why we should protect our citizens abroad, because we have so many Indonesian citizens abroad, around 9 million. And you know that during this era, there are 4 priorities in our foreign ministry. The first one is about the economy, as I said before. The second one is the protection of Indonesian citizens abroad. So this has become the priority of Indonesian diplomacy. And the third one is about the sovereignty. And the last one is the role of Indonesia in international fora. Okay. So this is our discussion today. So after we understand very well, we have around 9 million Indonesian Indonesian people, Indonesian citizens abroad. So let's talk about the COVID-19, the small creature which is very dangerous to everyone. Yeah. So this is the condition up to as of 4 July 2020. Yeah, the spread of COVID-19 virus in the world. Yeah, you see how dangerous it is. See the confirmed case at the time 4 July, weeks ago. Yeah, it's already almost 11 million people infected by this dangerous virus. So this is a big deal for human life. And at that time, there is 212,000 new cases. And the death, we call it, mashallah, more than half millions of our brothers and sisters pass away because of this virus. And the spread of this virus is not only in Indonesia and Saudi Arabia, but there are around 216 countries or region in the world. So this is a big issue not only Indonesia. Some of Indonesian people say, well, this is about, the hoax. What? COVID-19 is hoax. Like yesterday, I read the newspaper, the people still deny that the COVID-19 is something real that we have to face. But they say that this is hoax. This is only for the sake of someone. I don't know. But this is the real life. China and USA and Europe and even in Africa. So this is a big problem. So this is as you see here. Okay, so let's talk about our Indonesian citizen abroad. As I said to you before, that we have around 9 million Indonesian abroad. How is it? What is the situation in the 3rd of July 2020, just a few weeks ago? Yeah, this is very important. So can you imagine that we have now at that time, weeks ago, Indonesian citizens abroad who are infected by this virus is already reached more than 1,000 cases. 1,000 cases, so it's a big job, you know, and more than 300 people hospitalized. Yeah, and already 77 people of our Indonesian citizens abroad has died. So this is a big problem for us. And they are scattered in 45 countries. And what is the dangerous one? Most of them are infected in what we call it in a ship. What kind of ship? This is, we call it cruise ship. So cruise ship is become a center of epidemic of this coronavirus. So who deal with these cases? So this is the cases of cases should be dealt by diplomats abroad, like me, like my colleagues. I will say, just wait. Okay, let's go on. Okay, just wait. So let's talk about the magnitude. How can we compare the cases of Indonesian cases abroad from time to time? This is the comparison. So I would say that I got the data here that in 2019, in 1 year, comprised of 12 months. Within 12 months, we have 28,000 cases, 28,000 Indonesian cases abroad, 28,000 in a year. Yeah. It could be about about the TPPO, transnational crime, and also this is also including from overstay. This is also the case from Haji and Umroh. This is also the death penalty, and also many things, evacuation. So during last year, we faced the Indonesian diplomat abroad faced only 28,000. So can I give you this figure? 28,000 cases. If we try to divide into 139 of Indonesian representative abroad. So right now we have 139 embassies, consulate, and consul in other countries. So if we have 28,000 cases, means if we divide into 139, mean every single representative of Indonesia, they have every day, every month, they have 201 cases. 201 cases. Yeah. So, I mean, in 1 year, they have 201 cases. And in every single month, they will have 16 cases. Can you imagine how many diplomats abroad? I mean, like this. Every consulate, every embassy, they have different personnel of diplomat. We have here in Egypt, in Cairo, we have around 20 diplomats. But in Cuba, probably we have only 3 diplomats. So we have a very different number of diplomats based on our interest. So, but this is the problem that we are facing. So You see that in 2019, we faced 28,000 cases. And no, let's compare. This is one year, 12 months. Let's compare to the effect of coronavirus to Indonesian citizen abroad during January, February, and March. January, February, March, and April. Can you imagine? We are facing now 146,471. So this is, of course, if we compare to this, then we can find the magnitude and the impact of COVID-19 to Indonesian citizens abroad and how busy we are as a diplomat abroad. So we have to take care of our people from one place to another place, how to transfer them from the house to the hospital, how to bury them and what in the national grave and whatsoever. So this is very complicated issue. So every day we are talking, we are discussing through WhatsApp group and everything. So this is a very big issue. So this is very timely, and I think this is very good. Since today we discuss about this issue. This is very current issue. So if you have 146,471 cases during January, February, March, and April, means that every representative of Indonesia abroad, so they have 11 cases per day. 11 cases per day. So you see that this is a very dangerous job for diplomat, because they can be infected by this virus. Is there any diplomat infected by this virus? The answer is yes. There are some of our colleagues right now in hospital because they help other people. So this is, of course, the job of us. But no problem. This is the consequences. Okay. Okay. See, and so let's talk about the complexity of the protection, and we are not only talking about the evacuation from Wuhan to Jakarta. Yeah, you see from this chart. Yeah, every single embassy, they have to draft what we call it contingency plan. What shall they do during this COVID-19? So our embassy in Beijing also, they have also their own contingency plan, especially during outbreak of COVID-19 in Wuhan. They have to talk with they have to coordinate with Jakarta, and they have to talk and they have to negotiate with the government of China and local government on daily basis. And they must have also the plan of evacuation. This is very important issue because they think that it was very, very dangerous because the epicentrum of the COVID-19 for the first time was in Wuhan. So we agree that we have to evacuate our citizens from Wuhan. So this is become a decision. So, and finally, we have to coordinate with many stakeholders. As you see over there, KBRI Beijing, Kemlu, and KL. KL means Kementerian dan Lembaga terkait. We are doing coordinations with dengan otoritas tempat dan pusat untuk melakukan evakuasi. So this is what we do after negotiating, and also there will be evacuation. Evacuation is not an easy job because we have to rent we have to rent also the plane and bring them to Wuhan. And at the time, you know, the situation was so scary, but we have to do it. And who are the people responsible for this? So this is the responsibility of the diplomats. So After that, after we take them from Wuhan, so we bring them in Natuna for 14 days. And after that, is that finished? No. After that, we bring them to their home. Can you imagine that this is a big job? Actually, 90% done by diplomat. So our diplomat, to be honest, very sorry to say, they are a hero. So they have a very big task to protect their citizens abroad. Not only to give them the medicine or the food or whatsoever. Sometimes the situation endanger also their life. So this is a very the example how we protect our citizens. There are many things I can tell you in three days about how to protect our citizen abroad. For example, if I can say the other dangerous evacuation is evacuation during the war. Probably sometime in the future we can talk also. How did I evacuate our people from the war? So this is also a different story. And this is very nice to talk about this so you understand very well about this. Okay. So dear colleagues, so this is the impact of the COVID-19 virus to our Indonesian citizen abroad. So mostly the impact, as I said to you, is for the seafarer, yeah. Most of them because they are living in a small area in the ship, yeah, in the ship. So that's become epicentrum of the COVID-19, yeah. And also COVID-19 make our people and our colleagues, our Indonesian citizens abroad stranded because they cannot fly. They cannot fly from many countries because the flight was stopped for a certain period of time, yeah. And also they become jobless because the economy is not growing very well. And some of them become undocumented. Because why? Because the office is stopped. They cannot process the documents. And also, COVID-19 affected 10,000, probably 100,000 of Indonesian Indonesian student abroad. So like here in Egypt. In Egypt, we have more than 8,000 students in Al-Azhar University. So most of them are affected by this virus. So I will tell you later. We have another. So this is how our work, how our daily work. So this is what is the strategy? The strategy to deal with this issue. This issue. The first is if they are in a very dangerous situation. So the policy is repatriation, to repatriate them from countries, from their country, I mean from abroad to Indonesia, like what we said in Wuhan. If not so affected, so we provide them with foods, food. So it is done by many embassy in the world, Indonesian embassy especially in the world. I got the report from our colleagues in Malaysia, for example. They give them they distribute the foods is almost on weekly basis, because everyone over there is affected by this virus, and most of them are become jobless. And third is like what Bu Karin said, that we give them we call it, and we provide them with lawyer if they have a problem right now. So it become a big problem. I mean, like about the in Indonesia we call it pemutusan hubungan kerja, for example. So we give them the lawyer. So every single Indonesian university they have a retained lawyer to help the people. And of course, we do our job. We call it diplomacy. We talk with with the government, with the official, with every single stakeholder in the accredited country. So this is the fourth strategy to cope with this issue. This is what we are doing in the capital mostly. The first, of course, there should be update of Indonesian citizen abroad. As you said, as I have mentioned before, that we have in our office only 2 million, but actually there are 9 millions. So the data is very important right now. If we don't have data, so what can we do? So we have to update our data. Yeah. So, and the second one is there should be a close coordination between the capital and the embassies or consulate and consulate general abroad. So this is on daily basis. Yeah. The third one, we have to coordinate, especially we make a coordination, especially on the distribution of the food. This is very important. And media engagement right now is so important. So you have to engage the media, especially media in Indonesia, because we must have what we call it public accountability. And also, what is important, we must have a good coordination with the ministries and other stakeholders in the country. So this is the result. This is the result of our works, Diplomat Works. I would say Diplomat Works. Yeah. So yes, until last week, for example, there are already 306 Indonesian citizens abroad has been evacuated from Wuhan and many countries to our beloved country, Indonesia. From the cruise ship, many cruise ship like Diamond Princess, so they are already in Indonesia. So this is the work of diplomat. The other things, we have facilitated also more than 10,000 Indonesian citizen going home through what we call it self-repatriation. Self-repatriations mean they pay by themselves, but we facilitate everything. We do our job in like in providing special plane and everything. So we facilitate. So already 10,000 Indonesians going home. And what we see just weeks ago, there are more than 400 Indonesian citizens abroad from Jamaah Tabligh. Yeah, you see, if you read magazine or newspaper, so they are stranded in India, and finally they can go home right now. This is also our job. Finally, this is done. Well done. And how about from what we call it from another ship, cruise ship? So there are 24,721 seafarers going home now. It's already safe in Indonesia. And this is what we call we talked just now. This is about the distribution of the food and also the medicine and everything. So there are already more than 500,000 this is huge fear of our diplomats abroad. So this is all about the performance of our diplomat abroad in protecting our citizens. So this is the way forward. So of course, the first of course is perlindungan diri sendiri. We always advise to our people abroad that they have to obey, and they have to be alert about the health protocol, and they don't have to take unnecessary risks, of course, and they have to be very close to our embassy everywhere they are. So they can call anytime, 24 hours. So we have many hotlines, like here in Cairo, we have so many hotlines. So you can call anytime. So the second one is about management of expectation. This is very, very important, because the budget of embassy, for example, is not unlimited. This is very limited. So we have to manage everything. We have to manage men. Men means the diplomat and the staff and the material, the money. So we have to deal with this, and we must have the priority. And the last one, that we must have cooperation, what we call it gotong royong. I mean like this. So if everything in the shoulder of the embassy, so kita nggak akan kuat. So that's why we have to ask other people to join us, like businessmen and many other stakeholders, to work hand in hand with us to protect our people abroad. So at the same time, as you know that in Islam, innamal usri yusra, pada setiap kesulitan itu ada kemudahan. We have to understand this. Every diplomat should understand this. So during this very difficult time, we still trying to find out the opportunity and everything. And of course, everything right now is go online. So like what we are doing right now, this is our go online. So we are also doing the same things. Yeah. So this is what we have from I think from 3 or 4 years ago. We have safe travel. Whenever you go abroad, so you have to download this safe travel, because you will understand the situation of the country. We update through this the situs, and we have also portal Peduli WNI. So everyday basis we update here how the situation in the world, our situation of our citizen abroad. So this is we go very, very digital right now. So this is very important to protect ours. And now this is probably the last. This is very tangible. This is what we do here in Egypt. Yeah. Yes. First of all, as we must have a contingency plan, as I said before. And the second one, we have already set up what we call it special task force. So every diplomat here in Cairo become the member of special task force to cope with COVID-19. The head of the Satgas is Pak Dubes, and the deputy is myself. So we must work on minutes by minutes basis in this regard. And now we have the second one. We have just yesterday we distributed the medicines to our people here. But before, we already also 3 times we distribute the food to mostly our student here. And can you imagine, the first distribution is only for 2,000 something people, and the second and the third, it reached already more than 6,000. So the 6,000 package that we have to distribute to them. So this is what. And the third one, we set up also this. This is what medical team. There are some of our people here become what a doctor, so they become our team, and they can the people can consult on daily basis from the afternoon until the midnight. So and this team also assists our student if they got something like I have headaches, so you have to go here and there and this thing. And also we just set up what we call it the team on ini konsultasi psikologi. So this is very important during this period. Everybody probably has a problem, so they consult with them. And also we do repatriation, especially self-repatriation. We already do it twice. And we allocate most of our budget is right now is for the people for the protection of our people abroad. So almost in this during 3 months, almost no tangible activities in promotion of our for example our culture here. There's no performance and everything. So most of our concentration right now is to protect our people abroad. So we allocate most of the budget right now is for them. So this is very important issue. So dear colleagues, I think that's all what I can say. But before I end my presentation, I want you to enjoy 1 minute of the 1 minute of our video, how our diplomat works during this COVID-19. Okay, just wait. Okay, just wait. I want to change the stop first, and then
again share screen.
Share screen. Yeah. Okay, enjoy the film. You said that love is all you ever want. It's okay, thank you very much for your attention. That's all that I can give you today. And once again, I thank you to Pak Hangga, Ibu Karin, and Ibu Masito. And I am very keen to answer any question, especially under the topic of the protection of Indonesian people abroad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aji, for such informative and interesting presentation and also the video. Actually, we have a lot of questions from the participants. And for your information, there are also our other lecturers, Pak Haza, Pak Hangga, Pak Enggar, Pak Hasbi, Pak Uta, Pak Willy, Pak Fikar, and Bu En. If Dr. Aji want to discuss more about this topic, so the question and answer session, I will open it for the participants. Is there anyone want to ask question? Okay, I think Lutfi want to ask a question. Please go on, Lutfi.
Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So today I want to ask but not about with the topic of COVID-19, but about your experience being a diplomat. So in this semester, I study global political economy. There is a foreign direct investment. And then the foreign direct investment is pro and cons. The pro is you can the MNC can investment and then gain the benefits, but the unbenefits, the kerugiannya adalah decapitalization and worker exploit. So question to Mr. Aji is it for the diplomat in the country how to face the FDI if the country still in development, negara berkembang. Soalnya kalau negara berkembang selalu mengikuti alur dari luar, the country cannot be independent, right? So how your opinion, Mr. Aji? Thank you.
Okay. Other question, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Lutfi. I think there is a question from Adil Falah. I would like to ask about the condition in Egypt, sir. Egypt is one of the countries that has been a destination for students from Indonesia who wants to study abroad. As we know, the number of students in Egypt, including college, Ma'had, and also the students who will study in Darul Lughah is quite much, maybe around 8,000. Are they cooperative enough with Indonesian embassy on avoiding the spreads of COVID-19? And I know Pak Helmi Fauzi as an ambassador has a good engagement with the students there. If the students are not able to go back to Indonesia, then what has been done by the embassy for helping the students in Egypt? I think it's related to the students who study abroad in Egypt, sir. Maybe one more question. It is from our participant in YouTube, from Muhammad Akbar. As we know that every embassy or consulate in all countries must report the situation of each country to the foreign ministry. So how much percentage of power does the foreign ministry has to drive Indonesian state policy, which we already have many references to handling COVID-19 from other countries. We have seen the worst and the best solution to de-escalate this risk. Okay, I think the first three questions, you can respond to them, Dr. Aji.
Thank you very much for this very difficult question, actually. The first question is about FDI, foreign direct investment. You know, to be honest to you that right now, every country is independent, very independent. I mean like this, even for when you are as a part of family, you have to cooperate with others. You have to cooperate with your sister and brother. You have to cooperate with your neighbor. It is impossible for you to live alone in this world. We are independent. We are not independent. We are dependent each other right now. So we have to close cooperation. So in this regard, if you are in a situation of cooperation with other nations, of course, they will influence each other. We influence them and they will influence us. This is very nature. I came to Egypt as a deputy chief of mission. One of it is to influence the people of Egypt to understand about Indonesian tourist destination, for example. This is what we are doing now. The Egypt embassy in Jakarta also doing the same things. Based on this, I would like to say that FDI, foreign direct investment, is one of the tools for us to grow. So we need a foreign direct investment to boost our economy in our country. But at the same time, now Indonesian at the same time Indonesian company also they invest abroad, not only in one country but in many countries. I can tell you something. If you go to Egypt, for example, you can find easily one of the very famous food in Indonesia. What is that? Indomie. So Indomie is produced in Egypt in everyday basis, 2 million pieces. Everyone in people in Egypt, they eat what Indomie. Indomie. Even if you go to in the top of the mountain, you can find Indomie. So this is of course we influence them to eat something new, Indonesian food. We call it Indomie. So of course there will be a revenue that has to be sent to Indonesia. This is very normal. So FDI is something normal in this world, and we push to have and to attract foreign direct investment. But at the same time, because we have a very big entrepreneur, we push them also to invest abroad for the sake of the country. The second one is about the student, our student here in Egypt. As I mentioned before, that we have more than 8,000 students. Most of them, 99%, are studying in Al-Azhar, and they are living in Cairo. So wherever you go in Cairo, you will find our students. And we are living, and I am living here in a house also with one of the students. They are living with me here. So it's like a friend. Okay. So what is the situation? The situation is, of course, it's not very good, because as you mentioned before, that most of them, actually, our student here is like a santri. What do you say, santri in English? Yes, like santri. The way they live is like santri. So actually, some of them actually moving from Indonesia to Egypt, it's just like from moving from one pesantren to another pesantren. The way they live is just like that. Okay, and the level of the economy also the same, still the same, and even some of them got no money from their parent. Got no money from their parent. They work here. They work here as workers for their life. So how about their faith right now? How about their condition right now during COVID-19? Of course, I want to say this is a very challenging situation. That's why we have, as you mentioned Elmi Fauzi and myself, I help him to be very close to the student. You know, even to bring the student from one place to another place, from their dormitory to the hospital. So we try to help them, how to get what we call it, ambulance, for example, how to get the car to bring them from their house from their dormitory to the hospital. We provide also the doctors. We provide also the food and everything. So we done many things, and as I said, we cooperate also with the businessmen to provide them with the food and everything. So this is abnormal situation. So we do every day like this. So the question, last question, is quite tricky. Why? How if they want to go home to Indonesia? So up to now, we don't. Up to now, if they want to go home, so they can what we call it self-repatriation. I mean, they can buy a ticket negotiated by the diplomats. And starting from this July, there is a flight from Egypt to Indonesia already. So this is this is a good progress for us and also for the students. And and the condition right now in Egypt is not, it's like Indonesia. So every day there are around 1,000, 1,500 infected by this virus. So the condition here in Indonesia is also the same. So if they want to go back all to Indonesia, so means they just keluar dari mulut buaya masuk mulut singa. So it's not what a good solution, I think. And the last one is about the question of Mr. Akbar. Actually, to be honest, I don't catch very clearly what he means by this question. So I think the lecturer can also help me to answer the question. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Aji. About the Muhammad Akbar question is actually how much the percentage of power does the foreign ministry has to drive Indonesian state policy, which we already have many references to handling COVID-19 from other countries. We've seen the worst and the best solution. I think Muhammad Akbar want to try how the effort of the Indonesian embassy try to tackle these issues, maybe based on the best and worst case from the other countries, something like that, sir. Or maybe if the lecturer want to explain, please, we will welcome.
Yeah, like this. If you ask the percentage, of course, I cannot I cannot tell you some. I cannot describe this because there is no research on this. But I give you the example. You know, in Egypt, there are 8,000 students and 1,000 other Indonesian citizens. So let's say almost 10,000 Indonesian people in Egypt. How many of them infected by this virus? Up to now, only one. Alhamdulillah, and they're getting better and better. So I don't know what to say, but this is the reality. Okay. Anyone want to answer this? Thank you very much.
Any lecturer? I think we will first answer another question, sir, because we have a lot of questions from YouTube from the participants. More than 5 actually. So I will arrange it in 3 main questions from Suparwoko, Raffi Pasha, and Agus Diana. They are actually asking about what had you just talk about the positive case of COVID in Egypt and also maybe in the other country. What kind of help that embassy gave to them if they are positive COVID, and also what is the challenges for the diplomats to protect Indonesian citizens in the country that has great number of COVID-19, maybe like in the US or any other countries. It is the first question about the positive COVID case. The second is from Lutfi Akbar. How Indonesian embassy quarantine the safety Indonesian citizens abroad that are not officially registered, especially in the current pandemic. So it is about the not registered citizens abroad. And the third is from Benny. As we know that now many countries are developing vaccine for COVID-19. The first question is, if the COVID-19 vaccine has been found, do all countries have to have access to get the vaccine? And do diplomats have a role in fighting for a vaccine? Thank you, sir.
Okay, it's a very tough question. Everything's a tough question. So, so like this, what diplomat do during this COVID-19? Actually, if you follow my speech, you understand very well. We did a lot, and this is the unprecedented works of diplomats. They are very in dangerous situations. And as you know, there are many articles in international the news. They praise the work of Indonesian diplomat beyond the limit. So this is very good news for us. Yes, because we are committed to protect our citizens. Yeah. So what do we do for our people who are infected by this virus? So there are many different policies from one country to another. For example, in USA. So everyone in USA is equipped with with health insurance, with a health insurance. So what we do is how to communicate with these people who are infected with this, and then try to make sure they can have an access to the hospital and everything. And they have to monitor on daily basis. It's just monitor because everything will be covered by the insurance, health insurance. This is very easy. This is also happened in, for example, in South Korea. So the health system is very good and well established. So even though in South Korea we have around 40,000 Indonesian migrant workers over there, but everything is much easy because the company, they will be responsible for everything happen with these workers, and this is guaranteed by the state. So what what the diplomat do, they have to be very close with the businessman, the first, and the second one, they have to be very close cooperation with the organizations in South Korea. To be honest to you, I would like to say that in South Korea we have 40,000 people, and they have more than 60 mosques, masjid. They established mosques over there because our PME, Pekerja Migran Indonesia in South Korea, they very good salary from 17 million rupiah per month until 40 millions rupiah per month, and they got 2 days, two meals a day, and also they got also the lodging. So what should our embassy do in South Korea or in Seoul? Yeah, just they have to monitor everything. They have to be very close cooperation, doing what webinar and discussion through online and everything. So this is what we do, and no one in South Korea has become the victim of this. So this is also a good it's also good news for us. If we move to another country, of course, this is a different story. Like in in Malaysia, for example, we have around more than 3 million people over there. So this is something that we have to deal with. Yeah, and you know our people, our TKI, our PME over there, most of them are not in the city, not in the factory, but in the jungle. They are working for what we call it kelapa sawit, yeah, for many things. So this is of course not easy. It's not easy to reach them. Even to reach them, it's not easy. Yeah, we do our best for this. In Egypt, for example, we have 8,000 until 10,000 Indonesian people here, and we do our best with our policy. So the policy of the embassy from one country to another is different based on the situation. Everything will be different, and we are free to find out the best way to protect our students. The second one is what diplomats do, or the embassy do for the undocumented people. As you see, there are millions of Indonesian undocumented people abroad. So like this, the term of undocumented apply only for the host country, not for us. Jadi kata-kata undocumented itu adalah kalimat yang dimiliki oleh negara di mana mereka tinggal di luar negeri, but not our embassy. So as long as they have a old document, for example, they come to the embassy, they deserve the protection. Ketika orang tidak memiliki dokumen yang asli karena sudah out of date, for example, sudah free-yaring, sudah tidak berlaku lagi, tapi mereka punya kopinya, ya kita tetap anggap sebagai warga kita. Mereka berhak untuk mendapatkan perlindungan yang sama. So kondisi ini berlaku di mana saja. This apply to everyone, every embassy in many countries like this. So this is the policy of the government. Jadi kita tidak membedakan lagi antara yang punya paspor yang masih berlaku atau tidak, itu sudah berlalu. Semua yang memiliki dokumen baik yang valid ataupun tidak, mereka berhak untuk mendapatkan perlindungan. Tapi saya harus mengatakan bahwa perlindungan itu bukan tak terbatas, ya, bukan tak terbatas. Jadi semuanya ada batasnya. Ada batasnya apa? Ada batasnya kemampuan anggaran kita, jumlah personil kita. 3 hal tadi, man, money, material, semuanya terbatas. Jadi kita harus bekerja sama satu lain. We have to cooperate each other. We have to be very active in gotong royong satu dengan yang lain. Ya, saya kira itu. And the last one is about vaccine. I don't know. I don't have any idea about these vaccines. Sebenarnya kapan vaksin ini akan ditemukan itu pun saya tidak tahu. Ya, we don't know when will be this vaccine will be available for us. I don't know. So let's see. Mari kita lihat. There are many questions that cannot answer until right now, especially during this COVID-19. Ada banyak pertanyaan yang tidak bisa kita jawab ketika ada COVID-19 ini. Dan itu baru bisa dijawab ketika dia datang. Kita antisipasi yes, tapi kalau kita menjawab dengan pasti tentu tidak mudah. Every single country in the world, setiap negara di dunia ini kacau balau. It's not only Indonesia, but also US. US itu paling kacau saat ini. Kematian paling banyak. Negara paling maju di dunia. Begitu juga negara-negara lain. Semuanya kacau. So please, the most important one, yang paling penting adalah kita harus menjaga kesehatan kita masing-masing. Kita tidak mudah menyalahkan pihak lain. Be positive. Be positive. That's the most important one. Be positive. Ya. Kalau di dalam Islam disebutkan apa itu namanya, harus husnudon. Saya sendiri berpikir bahwa COVID-19 ini sesuatu yang baik karena telah mengubah suatu zaman ke zaman yang lain menjadi kita lebih efisien. So let's move forward. Mari kita move on. Ya, we are now living in the new era, the new world. Don't dream that we can come back to yesterday. The yesterday has been yang kemarin sudah berlalu. Sekarang kita menghadapi tempat baru, suasana baru, semangat baru, dan inovasi baru. That's most important. Cara belajar juga berubah, semuanya berubah. Jangan pengen kita itu pulang ke yang kemarin. Mari kita sambut hari depan ini dengan optimisme, dengan cara-cara yang bisa kita lakukan. Why? Karena Tuhan memberikan kemampuan manusia lebih daripada makhluk lainnya. Kalau kita banyak mengeluh, ingatlah, wala ta'asu min rohillah. Jangan berkeluh kesah terhadap nikmat Tuhan. La in syakartum la'azidannakum. Be kreatif, be positif, kemudian let's move forward sebagai orang Islam. Saya kira itu. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Aji. It's very interesting. We will continue to our next questions. I summarize it in 3 questions, 2 from our students and 1 from our lecturer. I will read the first 2 questions. Before we continue, actually, Mr. Suparwoko PhD is one of the lecturer in Architecture Department. Thank you for coming and participating in our discussion, Mr. Suparwoko. So the next question is about how the diplomat or the embassy try to protect the citizens, Indonesian, which is they are abroad, which is they lost their job during this pandemic. That's the first question. And also, the second one is about the diplomatic duties, sir. Shafran Naufal and also Shufi, they asked about the negotiating is one of diplomat duties. Can you tell us how to negotiate so our negotiation can lead us to a success negotiation based on your experience? And Sophie is very want to know about what is so exciting during your experience to do a diplomatic job. And the third question from Mr. Haza, maybe you want to deliver it directly?
Yeah, please.
Assalamualaikum, Pak Haji.
Ya, waalaikumsalam.
A very good afternoon from Yogyakarta to Cairo. I hope that you are having good time there. So Pak Haji, I would like to ask a question about santri and diplomacy. As you've explained that most of Indonesian citizens are santri, and also we have seen rise of santri-based diplomats in these recent years, actually, that has been posted as ambassadors and also senior ranking diplomats. And I would like to ask about your perspective on this. How could santri bring new change and new perspective in Indonesian diplomacy in near future? I think that there will be much more santri who will be participating in the Indonesian foreign service, and I think it will be a very it will give Indonesian foreign ministry a new color and a new perspective to build, I think, more holistic Indonesian foreign policy. Because, for example, once I've seen Ambassador Abi Gabriel in Riyadh trying to correlate the Indonesian diplomatic tradition with the Nahu sort of tradition, and I think it's very interesting. I would like to know your perspective also as a santri. I know that you've been graduating from Gontor, and I would like to know your experience on how to deal with diplomatic problems with santri perspective. As we know, the santri is easygoing and have simplistic way of view. That's all I want to ask as a santri. Thank you very much, Pak Haji, for joining us in this very interesting discussion.
Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Syukron kathiron ala hadhihi soal. The first is about the how do we protect our citizens abroad when they lost their job? First of all, of course, the people who lost the job, they should contact our embassy. They have to make a report. As I said to you, we have a hotline. So they make a call. What's happened? Make a report. So there will be a certain report. And the second one, we would like to deepen the problem. What is the problem? So it could be directly face-to-face or by phone. It's okay. And the second one, if we know exactly the problem, so we will call the businessman, the person where they work with. Yeah. So we talk our staff from the consular division. They will talk directly to the owner of the factory, for example. So what happened? Blah 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 blah. So in this case, we negotiate. So we try to understand the situation. We have to try to protect our citizen, but at the same time, we try to in a small portion. We have to understand the situation of the owner of the factory, for example, and we try to have a win-win solution. We hope that everything will be, for example, if possible, then we get 100% benefit for our citizen. If not possible, we try to shift into 90% and everything. So this is what we. If the businessman deny everything, and we are convinced that our citizen is in the right way, so we bring them this case to the court. So we have what we call it written lawyers. We have in our embassy here in Cairo, we have 3 lawyers they are dealing with such issue. So this is the way. And the last one, if they are jobless and they don't have any work, no more money, and we try to ask them to provide them a ticket for our people to fly to Indonesia. As I mentioned before, that more than 300 or more than 1,000, for example, more than 1,000 people working in the cruise ship. Yeah, they have to go home. Some of them in the middle of the ocean, some of them in the Caribbean, some of them in somewhere else in the world. So because there are a crisis in this cruise ship, so they have to go home. So this is the work of the diplomat. They have to negotiate with the owner of the ship. So they have to pay everything, a single things that they have to pay. And the second one, they have to provide the flight, even the hotel, from one place to another place until they reach Bali or Indonesia. And it happens many times. And everything is going smoothly like this. So this is an easy job, to be honest to you, if you are a diplomat. So this is daily negotiation with so negotiation is not only with the government official, but also with the private sector. This is very important. So they have to. Yeah. So this is what we do in protecting our people who lost their job, like this. Yeah. Like this. Yeah. Okay. The second one is about negotiation. So actually, we talk about negotiation. Let me talk about negotiation. I would like to say like this when we talk about negotiations. So our daily life is negotiation. The student every day negotiate with the lecturer. Every day negotiate with your parent. Negotiate with your brothers and sisters and everything. So negotiation actually is our daily life. So diplomat also at the same boat. We are also we work negotiation on daily basis like this. So negotiation is a part of our life. So let's do our best for for the interest of ourselves, for interest of the country, and if not possible, so let's make it win-win solution. Why not like this? Yeah. What is the exciting job for me as a diplomat? I don't know. If you see my presentation, actually the job of diplomat is not that easy, not like before when the people think that to be diplomat is only wearing the suit and then have a party from here and there. No more. You see from my film, even myself, I have the deputy chief of mission. My rank is minister, only one level below the ambassador, but I still angkat. Saya mesti melakukan semuanya. So this is the new era of diplomacy like this. Sometimes you have to represent your country in a very elegant way, but sometimes you have to be angkat koper, angkat makanan, berbagi makanan, and so on. So what is apa yang paling menyenangkan buat saya? Ya, semuanya menyenangkan. Semuanya. I would like to say that la in syakartum la azidannakum wa la in kafartum inna adzabi lasyadid. Kalau kita bersyukur, Tuhan akan menambahkan nikmat kita. And also what we do actually is khairun nasi anfa'uhum linnas. Bagaimana kita membuat sesuatu itu berguna bagi orang lain banyak sekali. Berbuat sesuatu untuk orang banyak. Jadi not only for the sake of money, only sake of dollar. No. That's not the way. Sekarang bekerja untuk masyarakat, untuk memanfaat banyak. Sorry, saya agak sedikit single out. Even my last novel itu hasilnya semuanya saya abdikan buat COVID-19, korban COVID-19. Ya, you see, kita sudah 4-5 kali kita bedah novel itu. Dan as you have to, for you to know that tomorrow there will be also a discussion on my novel, new novel, done by Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan, and within one hour, satu jam sudah penuh, fully booked, already 400 people registered for this. So apa hasilnya? Kalau ada hasilnya, ya saya berikan untuk masyarakat, untuk yang terdampak coronavirus dan lain sebagainya. Itulah kebahagiaan yang saya miliki. Bagaimana berbagi kepada orang lain. And yang saya suka adalah saya hari ini berbagi dengan kalian semuanya. Saya nggak akan berkurang berbagi dengan kalian. Nggak akan berkurang apapun dari saya. And from my heart, saya bilang ini pekerjaan yang menarik sekali. Pekerjaan yang berbagi kepada sharing and caring with others. Ketika saya menyampaikan ini kepada Anda semuanya, pada mahasiswa, saya sampaikan, saya garis bawahi bahwa itu berdasarkan cinta saya pada teman-teman semuanya. Cinta saya pada Indonesia, cinta saya pada UII, cinta saya pada mahasiswa kita semuanya. Mudah-mudahan ada yang berguna bagi Anda semuanya. Itulah yang pekerjaan yang paling saya sukai dalam hidup ini. Bagaimana kita bisa berbagi kepada orang lain. And the last one is this is about a very tricky questions about the santri and diplomacy. How santri should do diplomacy, or what kind of diplomacy should be done by santri? This is a very tricky question. Just few days ago, we have a discussion. Together with Ambassador Fahir. Before previously he was the deputy of the foreign minister, and also one ambassador in Azerbaijan, His Excellency Husnan Bey, and also myself. We talk about diplomacy ala santri. This is a big discussion, and then I am the youngest one, so it's okay. Like this. I would like to say that diplomasi ala santri itu harus berdasarkan nilai-nilai pesantren. Jadi nilai-nilai pesantren itu harus dibawa ke dalam kehidupan diplomasi. Tentu, of course, there are different Islamic boarding school. beda antara gontor dan yang lain dan lain sebagainya. Tapi intinya adalah bahwa kita harus membawa nilai-nilai baik, kreatif yang ada di dalam di dalam santri itu, ke dalam diplomasi. I would like to say like this: what is the most important in diplomacy for santri like me? One, the most important is one, what we call it al-ikhlasu ruhul amal. Ikhlas itu adalah jiwa dari sebuah pekerjaan. So even though I have to get up with the early morning for today, it's okay for me because of you, because my love, because my ikhlas for you. Hopefully like this. So ini menjadi penting. Tidak apa-apa jatuhnya duit, apa-apa jatuhnya uang, saya kira this is not santri way. So yang paling penting bagi saya itu adalah bagaimana kita tadi itu al-ikhlasu ruhul amal. Kita melaksanakannya dengan ikhlas. Itu yang namanya rezeki datang sendiri. Insya Allah Tuhan nggak akan tidur. So itulah yang membuat kita semuanya para santri mau bekerja untuk hal-hal yang dulu tidak disukai. As I said, I told you before that in the 90s and the 2000 something, perlindungan warga negara is not popular. Tidak banyak yang namanya diplomat yang suka pekerjaan ini, because they think that this is the job actually. Anak-anak pesantren mereka lah yang mau melakukan itu. I can tell you something. That is my junior. His name is Fadil. Fadil, yeah. He was posted before in in Jeddah. So I will tell you in bahasa Indonesia. At that time, one of our migrant workers terancam hukuman mati karena dia membunuh salah satu anaknya. TKW kita membunuh anaknya majikan. Salah satu cara untuk membebaskan dari majikan adalah dengan apa? Dengan memintakan maaf kepada orang tuanya. Yes, we know exactly what this. Ini saudara kita, Fadil ini, yang juga lulusan pesantren ini, he has his own way. Dia melakukan pendekatan kepada tuannya. Dia ketok pintunya, dia tahu dari kedutaan atau dari konsulat tidak dibukain. Sampai puluhan kali. Finally, the owner of the house, they open the door, and they said, "What will you do?" Dia, "Kamu mau ngapain?" Ya, saya mau ketemu Anda saja, mau mengucapkan salam. Ya, Waalaikumsalam, sudah pulang sana. Every day. Itu sampai kemudian dia itu setelah sekian lama, sekian tahun, sampai bisa menjadi temannya si empunya tadi rumah tadi, orang tua si korban itu. Bahkan dia sendiri memasakkan buat orang tua korban itu. Sedemikian, sampai mijetin. Ini pekerjaan diplomat luar biasa. Finally you see, ini yang TKI atau TKW ini diberi maaf dan dibebaskan. Apakah itu ada dalam koran? Nggak ada. Nyaris nggak ada. Apakah kita perlu apresiasi? No. Kenapa? Karena si Fadil ini, dia alumni pesantren, dia memiliki al-ikhlasul ulama. Yang kedua, yang kita kembangkan as a santri, this is what we call it positive thinking. Husnudon, kita diajarkan di pesantren untuk berbaik sangka kepada siapapun juga, kepada teman, kepada saudara, kepada atasan, kepada orang lain, kepada mereka yang bersama-sama seiman maupun tidak, gitu kan. Menghargai orang lain. Hari ini saya menghargai teman-teman. Ini ada tim saya sejak tadi malam menyiapkan segala sesuatunya, mulai dari background, kemudian paparan, semuanya kita siapkan semuanya. Ya, karena kita ingin sesuatu yang positif buat Anda semuanya. Kita men-serve sesuatu yang, saya pun sampai kemarin jas saya laundry untuk tampil di muka saudara-saudara semuanya. Ya, saya tahu mungkin tidak dicuci juga nggak apa-apa, tapi kalau tampilnya cantik kan baik juga. So we do everything for you. So positive thinking. Yang terakhir yang mungkin nanti suatu ketika kita bisa bicara lagi dalam chapter yang lain, yang tentu sekarang saya akan adalah tentang kreativitas. Sekarang kita itu harus kreatif. So be creative and you win the competition. Saya kira itu pertanyaannya mungkin masih banyak, waktu tinggal 10 menit. Saya senang bisa ketemu dengan teman-teman semuanya dengan pertanyaan yang luar biasa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aji, for the explanation. That's very interesting and very informative. That's valuable information for us to get a story from the first person who has experienced the diplomatic job in the field. So I would like to say thank you also for all of the participants that give or deliver their question through the YouTube channel. There are Akbar, Winanda, Mr. Suparwoko, Raffi, Lutfi, Agus, Beni, Shafran Naufal, and also in Zoom meeting, Lutfi, Adil, Usman, Shufia, Fahriza, and Mr. Haza. So thank you very much for making time to give an inspiring talk, Dr. Aji. We finally come to the end part of this lecture. Before I close the lecture, I would like to take the conclusion from what the speaker had presented and from our discussion. So actually the diplomatic duties is not easy and they have a lot of job, but their responsibility to protect the citizens of Indonesia, they still always try to do their best to coordinate, cooperate, and also in this pandemic, we have to adapt to face the new normal. As Dr. Aji said, jangan berharap hidup kita akan kembali lagi seperti yang lalu karena semuanya tidak sama dan kita harus beradaptasi. I believe that fa'inna ma'al usri yusra, like Dr. Aji said, and the art of selfless as santri maybe, it is the key thing that we can do to face this pandemic together. I think that's all. Thank you for making your time, Dr. Aji. Your time and expertise are very much appreciated. Thank you for all participants who enthusiastically joined the discussion. And for all of the IR lecturers, thank you for attending this session, Mr. Haza, Mr. Hangga, Ms. Karin, Ms. En, Mr. Enggar, Mr. Hasbi, Mr. Uta, Mr. Willy, Mr. Fikar, and Mr. Geradi. Thank you very much.
Can I something before I close you close the session?
Okay, of course.
Yes, please, Pak.
Yes. Okay. Before the session is closed, lastly, I would like to once again to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation, especially to the Civitas Academica of UII. Yeah. This is very. I'm very pleased to be here among the outstanding students and also lecturers from the UII, and I wish you all the best, a lot of success, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in other topics. I will be very happy to share anything I have, especially to the students. This is a good opportunity for us. And finally, I would like to say that I love you all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Aji. So I think it is the end of our session and discussion. Thank you very much for everyone who participate in this lecture. We can end this session by reciting Hamdalah together.